Hey guys, so today we're going to do an easy little JavaScript program. Here's our prompt for today. We're going to create a button first that when pressed is going to cause a pop-up window to appear and request the user's name. Then the program is going to have another pop-up window appear that will give a personalized greeting to the user. We're going to learn to use prompts today, concatenation, which is confusing, it'll make more sense later, and variables.
Alright guys, if you already know some coding, I would pause here and go ahead and try to complete this task. If you don't know any coding, I would just stick here and watch. But either way, it's going to be here for you. And I'm not going to edit this much. I'm not going to edit any of these videos that much. Maybe I'll edit out a little bit if I swear or really mess up, but you're going to see how coding really is. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes sometimes it's difficult. And sometimes you'll get it all done, think it'll work, and have to go back and check and see what you did wrong. So I want you guys to be here for all of that. And I'm not at a super high level, so don't expect that. But this is real basic skills that's really going to help you guys. Alright, so for today, we're going to create a button. And we've done this before in previous videos, so if you want more of an explanation on creating a button, go ahead and go back to that other video, to the last video, I believe. So we're going to do less than, button, greater than. Got the opening button tag, closing button tag, and in the middle is what is going to appear on the button. So we're going to type hello, because I want that to be on the button. We're going to add two attributes into the opening button tag. We're going to add a type attribute. So you go type equals and then single quotes, and then we're going to add an onClick attribute. OnClick equals single quotes. Now, the type of button we're going to put is button, which is just the basic button. And then for onClick, we're not going to put anything yet. But what we are going to put in here eventually is the function that is going to start working as soon as the button is clicked, hence onClick. So we're going to go up here into the JavaScript, and we're going to first create a function. So we create a function by just writing function. Now we name the function. I'm going to name this function greet user because that's what I want it to do. And then opening and closing parentheses and opening and closing curly braces. Now, since we have the function created here, we can put it down in here. So it's going to be greet capital U user, and then don't forget the parentheses. I always forget the parentheses. Super obnoxious. It doesn't work. It takes forever to go through and figure out why it didn't work. So make sure that's in there. Alright, now this function, what is between the curly braces, will start running as soon as somebody clicks the button. So we want them to show up to the page, we want them to click the button, and we want something to show up and say, please enter your name. We want a spot for them to enter their name, and we want to have that name be put into a personalized greeting for that person. So how we do that is we create a bucket. So var is a variable, creates a variable or a bucket, as I like to call it. And we're going to name that bucket name. And we're going to say equals. Now this is a little bit different. In like math and stuff, you usually have like the equation on this side and then the equals, what it equals over here. But it's kind of backwards here. So we're going to basically have the equation or whatever over here, and that is going to be put into name, into this bucket. So whatever we get over here, the answer to that is going to go into the bucket name, and then we can pull that bucket out at any time. And so we can show you this right now. We can either put in a number, or if we want to put in words, we have to put it inside of quotes, because that holds it all together. So we can quote, or we can put in here, this is in my bucket, and then we'll have to come, let's see, down here and write alert, which is going to create a pop-up, and then open and close parentheses. We're going to write name. So whatever is in the bucket named name is going to be alerted to the people. And then I do that. So we can go file, save, come here, refresh. Hello. This is in my bucket, right? So whatever we put over here is going to end up in there. We'll get rid of this for now. And we don't want it to say this is in my bucket. That is not what we want at all. we want to create a prompt. So we're going to do prompt, which is a different type of pop-up. Prompt, open close parentheses, because this prompt is actually a function of its own, just like up here. But we're going to use this function within a function. And then inside of the parentheses, we're going to do single quotes, and then type whatever we want to show up on them. So go File, Save, go back here, refresh, hit hello, please enter your name, and whatever goes in here, is going to go into the bucket named name. But we're not going to put anything in there right now because we don't really care. All right. But now we have to create a bucket that is going to hold the response. So we're going to say, we're going to end this semicolon. We're going to say bar, and we're going to name this one greeting. And what do we want to be in the greeting? We're going to say, this one we're not going to put inside a prompt because we don't want it to create another prompt. So we're going to do quotes. We're going to say hello, and then add a space. I'll explain why in a sec. And then space from here, plus name, space, plus, space, quotes again, period. Then we're going to do another space and say, I hope you have a great day. All right, now hold on a sec. This is what concatenation is. It is putting strings and variables together into one answer or into one line. Also, we're going to end this in a semicolon. So anything that's between the quotes is counted as one item. So we're going to add this item to whatever is in the bucket to this item, and they're going to display one in a row. So the reason why we had to add this space here, because we had to include the space as part of this. If we had just put no space here, then the name would have shown up right here, right after hello, and it wouldn't have looked right. So we have to have a space in there, and then we have a period at the end, and then we have a space again before it starts the next line. And that'll make it look proper. Because of the prompt, whatever they put in is going to go into the bucket name. And then we have a bucket called greeting that is going to contain this, going to contain whatever is in the bucket name, and then whatever is here. And that's really, when you use buckets, you don't even have to enter what was in the bucket. You just have to refer to the bucket. And it's like, oh, we know what that is. Comes up here. It's like, okay, we're going to take whatever is in here and place it where they had put the name. It's the same as like using X in algebra. And that will create our message. But it's not going to show up just like that. We have to create a pop-up. And we do that by making an alert. So we're going to go use the alert function. And then we're going to do parentheses. We're not going to use the quotes because we're not putting a string. A string is a bunch of words or letters put together by these. And so we're not doing that. We're going to refer to a bucket. And we're going to alert the greeting bucket. So we type greeting, put our semicolon at the end, and that should do it. I mean, I might have made a mistake, but we'll check it out. So, file, save, come right here, refresh. So we open up this web page. It says hello. We click the hello button. Please enter your name. Well, my name is Christian. And then it pops up. It says, hello, Christian. Remember, there's that space, and then there's that period that we put on the other end. Hello, Christian, which was in the name bucket. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, computer. You're so sweet. So this was a super, super simple JavaScript program. I mean, it might seem hard if you've never done JavaScript before, but just learning what each of these things do, you can use it in infinite ways. You can alert anything you want. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this alert went in the right timing because we had it inside a function. If we didn't have the function here, this prompt would show up right away, this alert would show up right away. The thing to keep it under control is to use functions. And we use this button to control this function. This function will never run, this code will never be read until somebody clicks that button. I hope this was super helpful to you guys. If you have any questions or any other things you want to go over, you can message me. You can leave comments below. I'll read all those. And I hope you guys have a great day and continue to learn how to code.